Hi friends, I'm Yamini and I welcome you back to my channel, The Saturn Box. Today I'm going to be talking about the impact of retrograde Saturn. So on the 5th of June 2022, Saturn, which is currently in the sign of Aquarius, becomes retrograde, turns retrograde and moves back, starts moving back. And from Aquarius, it goes back into the sign of Capricorn, its own sign again, and remains in retrogression till October 2020. So every year, Saturn remains retrograde for about 140 days, and this is the time this year when Saturn is going to be retrograde in motion. And after October, Saturn again becomes direct and continues back into its journey within its own sign of Aquarius. So this retrogression is again very important from understanding this Saturn transit as well, because Saturn is retrograding within its own sign. It is touching two of its own signs, right? So Aquarius and Capricorn. And Saturn, remember, it represents our karma. It represents discipline. It is the judge. It is the grand old man of all the planets. And whenever Saturn, which is anyway such a slow planet, when Saturn becomes retrograde, it's like a double shot of your karma, double shot of your discipline, double shot of your responsibilities, etc. So it gives you a wonderful chance to go back and do the things which got left out, go back and do those duties again, which maybe you have not been able to do properly, or some things which have been left by chance as well. So Saturn retrograde, especially this retrograde movement which is happening, which takes it back to the sign of Capricorn, also really helps you out in sorting up a lot of things going on in your lives. So remember, you have to see the signs of Capricorn and Aquarius wherever they fall in your chart. And few things which you have to keep in mind is this retrograde motion will impact you more if you are running a Saturn Mahadasha, or if you're running a Sadesati or a Dhaya, or you are under the Saturn major period, Saturn Mahadasha, etc. Or Saturn is a major planet for you, as in for Taurus or Libra ascendant, Saturn is the Yoga Karak planet. Or for Capricorn and Aquarius, it is the Lagnesh itself. So in these situations, the impact will be certainly felt much more and much more deeper. Also, Saturn is, since it is in Aquarius, this retrograde motion from 5th of June to the 12th of July is going to be in the Libra Navamsha. So remember, Saturn exalts in Libra, and while it is in your D1 charts or in the Patri as such, Saturn is showing retrogression in Aquarius. Actually, in the Navamsha, that is its actual true position, is going to be of a position of exaltation in the Libra Navamsha, and so it gets into a much better dignity. The elements remain the same, and Libra being the sign of relationships, of partnerships, of balance in your life. How do you go about balancing things? It is Libra is the balance, as the symbol says. Libra is all about your business deals, your commerce activities, trade activities, etc. So internally, this retrogression is going to give a lot of emphasis on the relationships, on maintaining balance between the current situation and the desired one. So how do you balance it out? How do you reach the desired outcome? How do you reach the desired objective is again going to be one of the important aspects of this particular retrogression. So here in this video today, I'm going to be talking about or rather I'm going to be emphasizing on the Saturn's retrograde motion within the sign of Aquarius, focusing on the Libra Navamsha as well. Because again on the 12th of July, Saturn will be retrograding back within the sign of Capricorn. So for that, I'll make a separate video and I'll go about explaining that separately. So, friends, if you haven't subscribed till now, do hit the subscribe button, do leave a comment, hit a like, share the content if you like. And as usual, I'll be going ahead with the sign wise forecast of this retrograde Saturn. So, I'll begin with Aries, go on till Pisces as such. So for Aries rising or Aries ascendant, Saturn is the 11th lord for you. 11th house is the house of ambition, is the house of desire fulfillment, ichha purti. It's the house of your elder siblings, of the social network. So Saturn being here in its own sign is certainly favorable. It also rules in your 10th house of karma, of your livelihood, of the your karma sthan as well. Right, so here the focus primarily of this retrograde Saturn is going to be on the relationships which you have in your professional circles. Right, it will also make a base or a foundation of the rewards or the dues which are there for you. So something which got missed out, something which has not been able to reach you, there are chances that things become a little better work wise. So do remember that while Saturn was in Capricorn, if you have done your karma well, if you have maintained integrity and the rules of Saturn, the way Saturn works, if you have gone as per that, this is going to be a rewarding time for you. But the catch is that you have to be very, very careful in maintaining your relationship with your elder siblings, with your colleagues at work, with your bosses at work, as well as your professional circle. So whatever you say, be a person of your words. Do not go back on your words. And this particular motion of Saturn here being retrograde is also going to be casting its aspect on your first house, that is your lagna, you yourself, right? So this is again a very important thing to be noted, because you will be seen by what you're going to be doing. So in your social networks, in your professional networks, whatever you do, whatever you say, what kind of relationships you maintain is going to have a direct impact on how you're being perceived as well. So please take care of that as well. Then I now move on to the next sign of Taurus. So if you're a Taurus rising or a Taurus ascendant, Taurus lagna, Saturn is again a very important planet for you, because it is the yoga karak for you. It owns the 9th as well as the 10th house. So 9th house is of your luck, of your fortune, and 10th house is your karma. 10th house is your karma sthan. It's your status, it's your name and fame in the world as such. So when Saturn becomes retrograde over here in your 10th house, it is also giving you a very good opportunity to do some new work, or gather up something old which you were doing, put it all together, organize yourself better, and then come back to the world, right? So this is an excellent time to organize yourself work wise, see where you are professionally, take a realistic check. Remember, Saturn is the planet of reality. Saturn does not give you any false hopes. So it is time to be very, very realistic, and then carry on with your work plans. So a lot of you will be seen carrying on with new ventures, or doing things a bit differently this time around regarding your profession. So carry on with that. More responsibility could come your way as well. So Saturn, being in the Kendra for you, will also bring in more responsibility, more focus on your relationships at work as well. So how are you handling your colleagues, how are you handling your people around at work, or your business partners, etc., is very, very important for you. Remember also to keep a balance between your home and your work life. Then I move on to the next ascendant, which is Gemini. So for Gemini, remember, Saturn is the 9th lord. It's the ruler of the 8th as well as the 9th house. And since it's a trinal lord, owns a trine, it is a very important planet for you. And within the 9th house, Saturn is becoming retrograde as well. So this is an excellent time for those of you who are looking at educational pursuits. So you're looking at higher education or education away from home, traveling abroad, taking up some higher courses, specialized courses, or you are in the field of education. You counsel, you teach, you are a guide for people as such, or you are in the business of counseling, of teaching, or academics, etc., or you're teaching in a university, etc. So these kind of fields. Apart from these, if you are in the judiciary or you are part of the law and order system, administration system, I think this is an excellent time for you. A lot of things which were stuck now see the light of the day. You are able to gain some results, you are able to move better, so some traction for you over here. Important point for you over here is to avoid any kind of a conflict or avoid any disagreements with higher authorities. So by higher authorities, I mean do not break any rules. Stay within the legal framework, stay within the framework which is prescribed to you. Follow the terms and conditions, the do's and don'ts of whichever organization you are part of. That is very, very important. And do not go beyond, do not overstep your boundaries. That is very important. Also a very good time to patch up your relationship with your father or with some teacher. If you are if you qualify for that, if you have to work on your relationship, do work on that. This is an excellent time for you. Then I move on to the next ascendant, which is Cancer. So if you have a Cancer rising or a Cancer ascendant, Saturn again rules your 7th and the 8th house, and it becomes retrograde within the 8th house. So here there are matters related to your in-laws, or in-laws money, your partner's money, or family money as such. All these matters can get highlighted. So things which were due for consideration, decisions which were left pending, now you get to deal with those issues. So that is very, very important. It is also very important to maintain cordial relationships with your spouse's family, with your spouse, and also take care that you do not become sarcastic, or you do not become do not sound too cold to people within your family. So your silence, or your non-verbal communication can be taken in the wrong sense. So make sure that you're communicating well within your family. That is very important. And for some of you, inheritance matters or legal matters could also come up. So decisions pending to that, or something suddenly can come up out of the blue, which you were not expecting. So this could be a time of gain also for some of you. If you have been following the right path, Saturn is going to deliver justice to you. Then I move on to the next sign, which is Leo. Now for Leo, Saturn rules the 6th and the 7th house. 7th house is again a very, very important house. It's a Kendra Bhava. It rules the marriage, it rules your life partner, etc. And Saturn is becoming retrograde within the 7th house. Also, as I mentioned earlier, Saturn is in the Libra Navamsha as well. So here, from this perspective, Saturn's retrogression can bring in a lot of focus on your marriage, on your marital relations. How are you in your marriage? How are you dealing with your partner? Your partner may require your help, your partner may require your support, or there are high chances that you need to work on your marriage as such. So if you're already qualifying for that, if you are a person who is going through a rough patch in your marriage, I think this is an excellent time for you to work on the same, for you to take care of your partner, show the love and affection which they need, because this is an excellent opportunity to work on the same as well, right? For some of you, business opportunities will come up, or some pending business deal or a partnership deal which was shelved for a very long time could also see the light of the day. So an excellent time for business opportunities, new businesses, new commercial activities. But your marriage, your spouse has to be really, really taken care of. Then I move to the next ascendant, which is Virgo. So if you have a Virgo ascendant, or you have a Virgo rising, I'm talking about you here. For you, Saturn rules the fifth and the sixth house. So sixth house of opposition, sixth house is the Ripu Bhava, right? So Ripu means your enemies, opposition, anything. It can be bad health, it can be loans, it can be enemies, it can be your legal enemies. So as I always say, opposition means anything which is not letting you be, anything which is stopping your progress. But at the same point in time, the sixth house is also a Upchaya Bhava, or the house of growth. So as you know, as we come across obstacles in life, we have to deal with them, and as we deal with them, we meet success as well, we see growth in life. So that is what Saturn is here for. Saturn is going to teach you. So it basically tells you that whatever matters you had pending, if you had a pending loan, if you have pending debt, or if there is some legal issue which requires your attention, do pay attention and sort out those issues. So, and especially those people who are in the legal profession, or who are in the medical profession, healthcare people, people in the fitness industry, I think this is going to be a very good time for you to revive your work, or see more work coming to you, more responsibilities coming your way, right? So this is a good time to organize yourself better, to meet any kind of opposition. So the more you organize yourself, your healthcare routine, your self routine, your daily discipline, etc., the lesser the chances of any problems coming up in your life. So it is basically giving you a very good opportunity over the next few weeks to organize life better around you, and meet the world with a more prepared gait as such, right? Then I move on to the next sign, which is Libra. So if you are a Libra ascendant or Libra rising, Saturn is your fifth lord and your fourth lord. So Saturn is also your yoga karak. And remember that Saturn is also retrograding within the Libra Navamsh also. So here it becomes a very, very important planet for you, and its motion, direct or retrograde, becomes extremely important for the Libra ascendant. So here what I would like to tell you is that you need to be careful regarding your investments, careful regarding your speculation. So if you are in the stock market, if you are in the business of speculating, etc., it is very important that you do not take very high risks. Be very careful with your money, be very careful with how you are putting up your money, how you are investing your money, and go ahead with a lot of counsel, advice. Do not take hasty decisions. Do not let any kind of a hastiness or a hurry spoil your financial future, right? So those of you who had any pending property or a land deal also could see some traction, some things coming up your way. It is also a very, very important time to maintain good relationships with your children, spend time with them, build up your relationship. In case you have grown up children, it's time to reconnect with them, an excellent opportunity as such. Then I move on to the next sign, which is Scorpio. So for Scorpio ascendant or Scorpio rising, Saturn becomes retrograde in your fourth house. So it's your, it's the owner of a Kendra house. It also owns your third house. So here, a lot of matters pertaining to your domestic side, your domestic front, are going to resurface. So if your house required attention, if your house requires renovation, I think this is a time to make plans and go ahead with things. If your mother's health requires attention, this is an excellent opportunity for you to pay attention to her, take care of her, etc. A lot of you will focus on work, focus on managing work and family life. Remember also that you need to pay a lot of attention to yourself as well. So there could be events at home which mature you a bit, which tell you to grow up, take more responsibility, right? Then I move on to the next ascendant, which is Sagittarius. So if you're Sagittarius ascendant or Sagittarius rising, Saturn is becoming retrograde in your third house in the sign of Aquarius. It is also the ruler of your second house of money, of wealth, of speech and family, of your pocket. Right, so here Saturn becoming retrograde in the third house of your courage, of your parakram, also tells you to take up initiatives, but take them up on your own might. So whatever you do with a sense of discipline, with a sense of integrity. Remember, Saturn is retrograde in a growth house, in a upchaya bhava. So here you will see good results. But my word of caution to you is that you need to be self-reliant. Do not depend on other people. Take initiative on your own might and carry them through. So there will be good days and bad days, but carry them through. Persistence is the key for you, for the Sagittarius ascendant. And it is also a very good time to plan ahead for the future. So whatever plans you want to make, the way you want to see life going, it's an excellent time to take up initiatives. But a word of caution, do not spoil your relationships with your siblings, with your childhood friends. All that needs to be taken care of properly. Then I move on to the next sign, which is Capricorn. So if you are a Capricorn Lagna or a Capricorn rising, Saturn is your Lagnesh and it is becoming retrograde in the second house, and gradually it is going to make its way to the first house or the ascendant as well. So here, matters pertaining to money, matters pertaining to family money or your savings. So big ticket decisions regarding money have to be seen properly, have to be reconsidered. You need to discuss things within your family. So do not make independent decisions. Take advice of your family and speak with everybody openly. Speak freely with people. Maintain integrity and honesty within the family regarding money. That is very, very important for the Capricorn ascendant, for the Capricorn rising. So here, whatever you do, finally all that is going to be coming back to you as well. So Saturn is going to become retrograde and will enter the sign of Capricorn also by the month of July. So here, decisions regarding money are going to not leave you for a very long time. So you have to be very cautious. Take care of your speech. How you handle people around you is also very, very important. Then I move on to the next sign of Aquarius. So if you're an Aquarius ascendant or an Aquarius rising, Saturn is your Lagnesh. It owns the first house. It is also the lord of your 12th house, and it is becoming retrograde within the first house. So Lagnesh becoming retrograde within the Lagna, very important feature. Excellent time also, I say, to reflect upon how your life is going, what do you want to do. And from here, remember that Saturn is going to be aspecting the third house, the 7th and the 10th. So your responsibilities, the third house, your courage, your initiative, your spouse, your marriage in the 7th house, your business ventures, your 10th house of karma, everything is getting activated. This is a very, very good time to organize your life, see how things are going, organize the business around you, maintain discipline, maintain courage, take help of people wherever required, and make any mid-course corrections. So for those people who are looking at changing careers, or who are looking at switching over some to some other business or taking up a new initiative, I think this is a time where you'll actually get a lot of good ideas and a lot of support from people around you. So remember that you have to present yourself well, and it is important that you speak a little less, absorb more, and see how things are going around you. That is very, very important for you to understand and assimilate, right? So work wise, again, a lot of responsibility can come, a lot of new initiatives can also come your way. Then I move on to the last ascendant, which is Pisces. So for Pisces ascendant, Pisces Lagna or rising, Saturn is your 11th and your 12th lord, and it is becoming retrograde within the 12th house. 12th house of expenditure, 12th house of losses. It's a trick bhava. So 12th house of how your mind wanders. 12th house is actually a very tricky house in terms of, how you're spending, how what kind of expenditure you're doing, right? So expenditure can be of a good kind, expenditure can be of a bad kind as well. Expenditure can be towards some good cause, expenditure can be towards some wasteful or degrading causes also. So here you have to make that decision. How are you spending time? Spending time in good activities, in uplifting yourself spiritually. 12th house is also the house of ashram, spiritual retreats, meditation, getting away, staying alone, solitude as well. And 12th house is also the house of expending yourself towards bad habits, indulgences, overindulging as well. So you have to make a call as to which side you want to choose and how do you want to expend your time, your energy, your money. Because remember, Saturn is also your 11th house. So whatever you gain, how you lose it, it depends on you. So very important time for you to stand up to whatever is right. Maintain integrity, maintain your level of discipline, and also do take care of your daily routine, etc. Saturn is directly aspecting the sixth house also. It's the karka of the sixth house as well as the 12th house. So here your growth, your opportunities, everything, is dependent here on Saturn. So here it's important that you make use of the good side of Saturn, inculcate discipline, inculcate integrity, and the way you spend your energy, your time is of extreme importance, right? So it is also very important not to get angry or not to get into petty things. So think big. 12th house is the sky, 12th house is the open ocean. Think big, and the world is your oyster, as they say. So that was all about all the 12 signs and the impact of retrograde Saturn on all the 12 signs. I'll meet you soon in another video. Till then, take care and God bless.